welcome back to the final block of this show, and we are talking about Formula One, a sport that has seen a lot of changes this year, and those changes have showed up in the early races. Joining me are Christian Bersuch and Elias Freeman. I mean, guys, 2 Mercedes wins. I mean, George Russell, Kimi Antonelli winning. I mean, talk about that a little bit.
I mean, okay, great for Kimi, right? His first race win in his first pole position, the youngest driver to ever sit on pole, mind you. If Mercedes knows how to do one thing, it's build a rocket ship. We saw it with Lewis Hamilton. We're seeing it now. They know how to build their rocket ships, and none of the other cars work. So, like, who else is going to win? Nobody else is starting the races, so it's pretty easy to win.
I mean, yeah, Christian, this season has been so topsy-turvy. I mean, talk about it a little bit. It's been crazy. Cars not starting. I mean, some favorites from last season not doing that hot this year.
I mean, I think that, like, Kimi winning today is indicative of how it's going to go. I think Kimi's someone who we've been talking about for a while now as, like, this amazing prospect, like, he's going to take the throne. And now, like, he wins this year, the first race, and I think it's indicative that this is a new era, you know? Like, this is how it's going to be. And there are obviously some kinks that are going to get worked out, like Verstappen. We saw what happened with him. Like, I expect him to still be a great racer this year. I mean, like the problems are going to get ironed out. Red Bull, don't know what's going on there, but they're going to get it together, and he's going to do some racing this season.
I mean, Elias, do you agree? Do you think they're going to get it together? Do you see Verstappen, recovering, or do you think that this is going to be a rough season?
I do see him recovering. I believe, listen, not even because I'm like partial to Red Bull or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But just like, I think Max Verstappen is too good of a driver to not, like, at least have some sort of dominance. And then you have, like, oh gosh, the situation with McLaren right now is just abysmal. Like, I don't know what's happening. Well, I do know what's happening. I do know the cars don't run, basically.
Yeah.
Like Oscar Piastri, the first ever driver to not start the first 2 races of the season. That's crazy when he was leading the championship for over half the season last year. So I think the new regulations are just kind of throwing a wrench into everybody's plans, and it's going to take a little bit of while for them to get worked out. But I do think Red Bull and McLaren, we will see them kind of on the come up in the future, because I feel like they can work it out.
Let's talk about the regulation changes. I mean, that is the talking point of the season so far. They made a lot of rule changes, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on them. Did you like the changes? Were you a fan of the old system? I want to hear from you guys.
It's going to take me a while to get used to, honestly. I'm sorry, but I think that the big thing about it for me is, like, just the time. Like, imagine tomorrow they woke up and decided, like, to have something in basketball that would change it to this high of a level. I mean, like, the preparation that goes into it, like, the cars we're seeing, like, which the cars aren't the regulations' fault. That's a conversation to be had. With how much money goes into this sport, the fact that the Mercedes cars didn't, like, get to start is abysmal. But like I said, with the regulations, it's going to take me some time to get used to, but I do think in the long run it is good. It's better for the environment, like, things like that.
Elias, you agree?
I think it's overall good. I think the main issue that we're going to see with the new regulations is I think overheating is going to be a huge problem. The airbox is ginormous. It's like the size of Jupiter. Overheating is going to be a big problem. And I don't know. I think, like I said, a lot of these teams, they know how to build a car. I think it's interesting that they all just forgot this year. Because, I mean, 7 drivers not finishing the Chinese Grand Prix is crazy. That's crazy numbers. 7 drivers, including Verstappen, including both McLaren cars. Whatever's going on with Audi and not Kick Sauber, Aston Martin. Aston Martin built a death trap. They're just trying to keep the car from killing Alonso.
Lando Norris didn't finish?
Yeah, Lando Norris didn't finish the race, coming off his first WDC.
I mean, why are these companies struggling so much? Do you think it's just growing pains with the new rule set, or do you think that they are, like, what is it?
I think it's a bit of growing pains, and I also think that, well, whatever. I'm not even going to talk about McLaren. That's a whole other...
Yeah, McLaren's just...
Yeah, McLaren is, like, over here, okay? McLaren and Aston Martin are, like, just...
In a bubble.
In a bubble that I don't know what's going on with them, and I don't want to know. That's none of my business. That's papaya rules, not my business. But I feel like the rest of the cars, I feel like, especially with Red Bull, a big part of it was we didn't see the Verstappen dominance last year. We saw him that last race. It came down to that last race between Verstappen, Piastri, and Norris, and we didn't see Verstappen win. So I feel like Red Bull's just like, well, we got to get Verstappen a car he can win in, and that is not this car. That's for sure.
I think we can agree. I mean, no wins through 2 races. It's rough, but you mentioned Lando Norris also did not finish. It's been rough for these past winners. I mean, do you think that George Russell is winning the championship this year?
Listen,
Do you think George Russell's taking it?
I think it's going to be a Mercedes. I'd rather it be Kimi Antonelli just because like he's 19 years old.
You know how awesome that would be?
It would be so sick. I'm saying Kimi Antonelli dominance would low-key be so fire.
Do you think he's next up? I mean, is he the next future of the sport?
I mean, yeah.
He's definitely one of the contenders. I mean, we have a lot of people like with Verstappen. We're talking about this debate. There's a conversation to be had whether they'll try to replace him or not. And we got Rocco Coronel sitting waiting to be like talking about like he's a LeBron James level prospect of the race car. Like I'm excited to see what the future holds. But no matter what it is, Kimi's going to be there. Kimi's going to be up there on the podium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the car that he was in last year was not the greatest, and that's why he struggled more than we expected him to last year. But now he's in a rocket ship, like I said. He's traveling light speed down the track. Like his first ever race at pole position was his first ever race win. And I think he's essentially a prodigy. He's baby Verstappen. Like, I think we're going to see a lot of dominance from him in the next couple of years. And
is that dominance going to go into Japan? Are we seeing another pole position and another win for Antonelli coming into Japan?
I'm feeling like it's going to be Antonelli.
I'm expecting at least a podium. I think it'd be kind of crazy to say, well, he'll probably win back-to-back, but at 19, and no one's ever done that, definitely, back-to-back wins at 19. But, yeah, I think it'd be very
I think it'll
crazy.
be fun to see. I think Kimi dominance, Antonelli dominance would be so fun to see.
I think we have to give a little bit more respect to George Russell, though. I mean, he won Australian GP. I mean, this is a guy who's also in that same rocket ship. Like you said, they build light-speed cars. I mean,
and he lost to a 19-year-old. Like, I don't care about George Russell.
he also beat that 19-year-old in the first race. I mean,
does it look like I care?
I really think this might be like a sort of transition year for George Russell. I just don't think from what we've seen so far that he's like adapting as quickly to these new regulations.
A win in the first race isn't adapting quickly
well,
enough for you?
yes, but I mean, then yesterday I didn't think so. Like, I mean, yesterday we saw some battery issues, like of the charge, and there was even on the radio you could hear him complaining about it.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference is Kimi and the younger guys. When something goes wrong, they take it as a learning moment. With George Russell and even Verstappen at moments, it's these darn new regulations.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not their fault. Like,
I feel like, so George and Kimi are in very similar cars. I feel like Kimi has more raw talent than George Russell. Maybe that's a hot take.
Man.
Maybe that's a hot take.
I love you,
think
George. I
Antonelli,
think you have a chance, George. I'm going to give you some respect.
I think put head-to-head in the same car, Kimi wins.
yeah.
I think that's a little disrespectful to George. I think George is going to take a few of those. I think it's going to be like a 40-60 split, maybe 50-50 split between the two. I can't lie, but I mean...
I feel like we're going to have a similar to the McLaren situation that happened last year, where it's just McLaren versus McLaren the whole season, and then maybe somebody sneaks up from behind. Maybe it's Verstappen again. Who knows if they can get him a car that runs.
I was going to ask you, I mean, the Constructors' Championship kind of seems tied up. You know, we are talking about Russell, Antonelli, same company, so that's kind of tied up.
It's going to be Mercedes.
Yeah, it's going to be Mercedes. But who do you guys see as that second contender? Who do you think is going to get into that second spot? I know it's, with the rest of the cars, there's been a lot of inconsistency this season, but I want to know, who do you guys have, getting up there?
Oh, Lord.
Do you think it could be Verstappen, a Lando Norris, one of the previous winners getting back to glory here?
I was gonna say Lando Norris, but he's not even starting in the race.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't. I don't know.
One thing I can say for sure, it's not going to be McLaren.
Yeah.
I do not think that.
I have faith in them. They're bouncing back this year.
Why?
I'm joking. I'm lying.
Sorry, I lied. When I lie on the internet for fun. I just don't think it's going to be McLaren. I don't know. Maybe Red Bull. Maybe.
Christian, how about you? Any team sticking up as that second best team?
I mean, Red Bull probably. Let's be real. I mean, like, you just can't count Red Bull out ever. The troubles hopefully will go will go away.
Fingers crossed, you know.
But like talent-wise, you gotta expect Red Bull to be one of the better teams. It's just all a matter of getting by the regulations.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the future of F1. I want to talk about some of the potential up-and-comers. I want to hear from you. Who do you guys think is the future of this sport?
This I know is a hot take.
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm saying Bortoletto. Listen, Audi is technically a new team, was Kick Sauber, but now driving for Audi. He came in China, I think, 9th in the Audi car. I think
it's
that's
impressive. I mean,
talent. Because who gets in the points in Audi? Because the Audi cars are bad. So I think he has a lot of raw talent. Listen, I love Cadillac, but I have no hope for them. And they're just happy to be there, and that's fine. Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez are just there to have fun, which is fine. Are they winning any races? Are they finishing any races? Absolutely not. But as far as new teams go, Audi, Gabriel Bortoletto, I think he has some real potential.
That's fair. I mean, Christian, any up-and-comers for you?
I think we see Freddie Slater come out this year. I think that it's really time, I think. He hasn't done much, the British racer, but I think that the young guys with the new regulations, like I said, it'll be a moment for people to slip through the cracks, and I see Freddie Slater, Arvid, obviously. Arvid's my guy. I think that
Arvid Lindblad is cool. Lindblad is cool.
Exactly. Like, you watch him and you're just like, wow.
You want to root for him. Like, he's like the Cubs. Like, you can't hate the Cubs. You can't hate Lindblad.
That's why Red Bull was my answer.
You can hate the Cubs.
I don't know about the
but your
comparison.
opinion is
Yeah, I don't know about the comparison.
Yeah, that's why Red Bull's my answer, honestly, because Lindblad is my guy. Arvid, he's the future, I think. Him and Kimi, because we can't.
Yeah,
at
we
this
can't
point,
discount
I wouldn't
Kimi.
even say Kimi's a prospect. I mean, he's
the now.
there.
I mean,
yeah,
he's
he's
not the
already
future.
there. Like,
Yeah,
he's made it.
he's already there at 19 years old.
It's crazy. But I mean, you mentioned the new regulations. I want to get back to that. Are there any races this year that you think are going to be more impacted by these new regulations than usual? You know, Elias, I see you rubbing your hands. I want to know, what races are being impacted by this?
It's my favorite track. It's always the hardest track, Baku. That track is crazy. That track is crazy. But I feel like with how much trouble the cars have been having, I think they're going to struggle in Baku because that is a hard track. That's a dangerous track. It's a street circuit, which inherently runs some more risks, and some of the turns on that track are crazy. But I also see more distance tracks, maybe like Austin, being impacted, especially when I said overheating, probably going to be a big problem. It's Austin in October.
I'm overheating in the stands.
I was there last year. I got sunburnt day one, and I was in the main grandstands under the covers. So
nothing saves you in Austin heat and the Texas heat in the fall. I mean,
yeah, Texas heat in the fall. I think with the risk that overheating runs this season, I feel like those warmer weather races and distance races are going to be a big problem.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be really interesting to see the rest of the season with all these new regulations and with this McLaren dominance, you know, or with George Russell winning I think George Russell's going to take it all, but we'll see. There's a lot of season
This
left.
guy, bro. Get a load
But
of this
sadly, that
guy.
is all the time we have for this block. Join Steven on Thursday, and next week an all-women's show for Tuesdays. I've been John Phillips. Have a great day.